So we've got Aaron here, lead block layer, who for whatever reason...
Did you feel that? I told you, you went, what the fuck? 50 motherfucking 3 years old.
These old school door handles really suck when you got a jacked up thumb. I was up late last night cranking out some more Workforit decals, and when I was going to slice them into individual decals, you know, it was like, I think 1:30, something like that. You know, when you start to work that late, you get tired, you're not 100% focused, and my thumb went a little bit past where the ruler was, and I ended up taking a nice clean little corner off of my thumb, so it's no longer round, and you know, it's in a really shitty spot. It's in a spot where you always use your thumb, so whatever, life goes on. Just listen to that 7.3 roar. So we're on our way over to the campground resort style pool project. I feel like I need to start naming these projects. Let's call that one, being that it's my biggest project to date, I think we should call that the flagship project. So let's try this again. We're on our way to the flagship project, and we're gonna go check in with everybody, make sure everything's going smoothly. We are getting really close to bringing the framers in, so I just wanna make sure that the block guys are you know, all set up, ready for that. We had a little bit of a delay getting some numbers from the architect, and I just want to give a little message because I'm sure there's an architect or two watching. You know, we deal with a lot of architects, and I've come across a decent amount of them that really like to leave out numbers. When you're looking at a set of plans, it's important to obviously have every set of numbers, but sometimes they tend to leave a few out where it would take me about 10 steps to figure out what that number should be versus, you know, a click or two on their computer to be able to include it on the set of plans and print it out there. Or sometimes their numbers don't add up. So if you were just to start building based off the numbers without actually looking through the plans, kind of building it on paper first, and finding out that numbers don't add up, you could really get yourself into trouble. So for all the architects out there, please do us a favor and include all the numbers and things. You know, I can't wait for there to be a sunny day from one of these vlogs. So I don't think I ever showed you guys what this project's actually gonna look like. Let me take you over to the renderings of it real quick. See here's the 3 buildings. Small one's already done all the way up. Second one, we're most of the way up working on this tower. And coming around to the third, there's a breezeway in the middle. So they're technically 2 buildings, but the breezeway makes them 3 separate things. Big resort style pool, 2 jacuzzis, cabanas, and then there's talks now building a sweet video wall right here, like straight SeaWorld status. Obviously here's it at night. Pretty sweet project. As you can see, we swap out the little genie lift, get the bigger one in, the building's going up taller. So this building over here is topped out. This one's getting close to being topped out, but we have one tower here. Over here where these 2 pop-outs are. These are 2 27-foot tall towers.
Right here?
Give me a ride up there. You know, I hate roller coasters, I hate rides, but when it's a piece of heavy equipment, all that shit just kind of goes away. At that point, I'll take a lift up, you know? Throwing up 12s like they're 6s, right, Aaron?
Yeah. In California, you can't lay a 12 one-handed. You a bitch-ass nigga. Okay? Oh, just to clear the record, I am half black. Take my scooter and be like an ambulance chaser.
A what?
I just said it wrong.
A what?
Sorry about the ebonics.
A what chaser?
I never could say that word. First of all, I'm half white and half black, but I've lived in TJ since 1999.
That's Tijuana, Mexico.
Tijuana, Mexico. By the time you cross the border, it's a 10-minute ride. I moved there in 1990.
Hold on, 10-minute ride on what? What do you drive? What kind of work truck do you have, Aaron?
Okay, can we talk about that at the end of the video?
What kind of work truck do you have? Hold on.
Well, right now I blew my truck up, so I'm driving like an Italica scooter. I know it's, you know, you still got to go to work, but anyway. But back to yeah, I've lived there since Why is the camera so freaking close? You good? Oh, so I lived there since 1999, and I've seen it all. Which the news tries to hide it because they don't want to scare people, but it is really bad down there right now. They're up to, I think it's like 610 murders since January, and they're all assassination murders. It's pretty crazy. Don't eat there. Trust me, I don't buy anything down there. I bring my food over. They don't have meat inspectors. Very toxic.
So if you guys ever want to know about Tijuana before you guys go down there, just put down in the comment section some questions and we'll ask Aaron, because Aaron's seen it all. He's been down there how long? How many years?
Since 1999.
1999. I don't feel like doing math right now,
And
but
you cannot get fucking prescription drugs anymore. People think they can go down there and buy Vicodin and Percodan and at Valium. Forget it. They stopped that 4 years ago. So
sorry, pill poppers, you're fucked.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys got any questions? Trust me, I know. I live in the red zone down there. The red zone is actually consider it like downtown LA, or
the most dangerous part.
Yeah.
So we might have a little segment where Aaron can tell you a story from TJ from time to time, because he's got a lot of good ones.
Wait, hang on.
Oh, hang on.
Okay. Oh man, did I get the shirt?
Hey, you need my shirt?
Yeah. I'm not that hard to find. I won't be that hard to find, but there I am. I don't look like that here, okay? But yeah, they call me Mini Rambo.
So real shit, Aaron is okay, I can't even do it.
A mulatto.
Aaron's a mulatto Mason who lives in Tijuana, Mexico, and on the weekends,
I'm an adult emo.
He's an adult emo. He's 54?
I'll be 53 in July.
53-year-old adult emo, mulatto Mason who lives in Tijuana.
But my girlfriend's 20.
Can't argue with that. Maybe that's the way to do it.
Yeah. I'll teach you guys how to put your bangs just perfectly. There's a certain hairspray, okay? Get back to me.
See all this framing in here? So basically what that does is the block's gonna span the opening and make up the opening at some point. So to do that, we need to frame out the opening, and then we span it with Lenos, and until the wall is grouted, which means filled with concrete, the framing stays in. Grout it, fill it with concrete, the rebar and the concrete all hold it together, and then we are able to pull the framing out, as you'll see over here, and you've got your nice opening. Now what a lot of people don't realize is when you're building something out of block, the block is just acting like a form for the concrete. Block in itself with the mortar is not a strong enough of a building material to really do anything out of. So if you don't fill the inside of the block with concrete, you've essentially got an object you can just push over if you really wanted to. So here you'll see, you build up the block, and then we come in and we fill the block with concrete. Now there's rebar going vertically as well as horizontally in the block. And with creating that web, you've essentially, think about when you pour a concrete foundation or a slab, you're essentially creating that but on a vertical, and the block is acting like your forms. So how much rebar and the thickness of the rebar and where it goes is all dictated by the engineer. So all these projects are drawn up by an architect, then sent to an engineer. As you can see here, we got number 5 rebar. Over here we have number 4. You can see these hook rebars in all the Lenos where we're going to do where we cross over a doorway. So it's a lot of stuff that goes into building these things. Everybody thinks it's just a cookie cutter kind of thing, but each project of this scale or even smaller, they all need to be drawn up and then they all need to be sent to an engineer. So back over here on building number 1, you can see not only do we have a doorway framed out, we've also got all these, I guess you can call them windows up here. Now these are all going to remain open. This is a pool equipment room, so I guess for chlorine vapors, just evaporation, it's probably going to be a pretty wet room for the most part. So these are always going to be open. It's just going to be a pass through for air. That way any fumes, anything, nothing can build up in this room. So all these obviously have to be framed out. Same thing, they have hook bars going across the top, and then you can see all our straps here where our roof framing is going to come in. So that building is going to be shorter. It's not exactly a feature building. They try to throw a little decorative in with the open windows, but the main feature building and the main important buildings are going to be these, which are the laundry room, the rec room, the gym, the kids area, the showers, the bathrooms, all that. So these buildings are taller. They get 2 giant 27-foot towers in front. These back walls back here to act as accent walls, these are going to be, I believe, 19 feet, where the rest of these walls are 12 feet. So you'll see a lot of infrastructure going in. There's a ton of plumbing that needs to go in, electrical that needs to go in, water, sewer, gas, all that stuff, and a ton of it for something this size. And so you'll see a lot of trenching going on for that, backfilling. So the cool thing about this campground is the owners of this campground have essentially built everything you see around the campground to date themselves, all in-house, all with their own team, their own guys. We are the first contractors to ever do anything on this property. So all the infrastructure they're handling on their own. So we have nothing to do with that. But they got a lot of cool toys. I mean, they got an old Army water truck, some old backhoes, old graders, but they essentially have pretty much one of everything, which is pretty cool. And you don't see a lot of people that are willing to take on the kinds of tasks they take on. But like I said, they pretty much built this entire campground themselves. So they kind of need one of everything. They have a sweet tool shed in the back over here. Maybe I'll take you over to that in another video. And they literally have everything. And you know, it's a three generational owned campground, and they're all here all the time. This isn't their only campground. They own multiples of them, but they're all here all the time, and they are stoked to, especially Grandpa. Grandpa is stoked to jump in his old grader, come over here, grade this road out for us. So it ends up working out. It's a great relationship. Anytime we need a piece of equipment or something, just for a couple minutes, they'll say, hey, we'll go grab it for you guys. If you guys don't already have it on site, you know, they'll let us use theirs. So real great relationship. These guys are awesome to work for, work with. So this job's been a ton of fun. Well, there you guys go. You guys got a great taste of Aaron. There's definitely not another person on a construction site you're gonna find like that dude. So he's gonna be in a ton more of my videos. He's got a shit ton of interesting stories. So you guys can follow along with that. But right now, we're gonna jump back in the truck. We've gotten everything here we need to take care of taken care of. We're gonna go hit the P.O. box, see what packages we got today, and finally go do some shit on the Chevy, because she's been sitting for about 2 weeks and I really miss her. So we need to do some work on her, give her a little love. Yes, these door handles are still bitched open with a fucked up thumb, but we got a couple packages. So this package is a much awaited and much needed truck mod. So this is gonna be cool to get to. And this envelope is something I'm really excited to get, and I'm honored that somebody would send me. So can't wait to open this one up and show you guys what this is. I'm gonna save you guys the nausea of me driving and my hand bouncing, because obviously I'm not using the GoPro with the window mount. So let's fast forward over to the house. And we're here. Let's grab a couple of these packages here. Grab our tripod. Sorry if this angle's weird. It's hard to hold everything at once. I swear every time I try to film in this neighborhood, somebody's got to fire up a weed whacker, fire up a jackhammer, do something. But I still say we do the unboxing on the tailgate, because I've missed this old girl. And for those of you that don't know why I haven't been driving her, I'm gonna give you a little rundown on that right now. I was driving the other day and I heard something rattling like pretty loudly and like clanking around. It sounded like almost like some piece of the front end had come completely off and was just flopping around in there. Threw a little digging around, pulled over, dug around a little bit, and it turns out that it was the shock. Every time you hit a bump, it just fucking clanks and clanks and clanks. It sounds really shitty. I'm assuming it's just a bushing up in there that's bad. Probably needs to be replaced, but the whole front end could use a little TLC, a little once over. Everything could use a good lubing up, so I got to take it in and get that done. Quite honestly, it's just been embarrassing to drive around and hear that the whole time. So that's the main reason I haven't been driving her. But let's give her a little bit of love today. You know, we got some parts for her. She's earned them. You know, I've missed her, so let me give her a little hug. Well, the gardener decided to fire up the blower, so we'll put that on hold for just a second and wait till he finishes up. That way the video is not all jacked up with the noise of a blower. In the meantime though, got a lot of Workforit orders, so let's get those boxed up and out to you today, because I like to get those to you guys as soon as possible. If you guys have no clue what I'm talking about, check out this link right here, Workforit Apparel. It's not just a brand that I made up, it's a brand that I believe in. It's the way I've geared my life. If there's anything you want in life, you got to be willing to work for it. So let's get some of these boxed up for you guys. You know, I'm honored to see people spending their hard-earned money to help promote a lifestyle of blue-collar working or any kind of working. You know, it really doesn't matter what you do as long as you are willing to put in the time, you're willing to put in the effort and earn your way or pay your way through life. You know, one of my favorite sayings is, treat the janitor the same way you would treat the CEO. It doesn't matter what you do. Everybody that is willing to put in the work has my utmost respect. You know, I can't stand when people talk down on people will say, well, you're just a floor sweeper, or, you know, something along those lines. Well, no. Listen, number one, we all start somewhere, and number two, I don't care what your job title is, or I don't care what anybody thinks of what you do for a living. Be proud of what you do. Do it the best that you can and put in the most effort and the most work for it, and that's the way you're going to succeed in life. And yes, I still do write a personal thank you to every single person that is ordering ahead. Alright, so we got a bunch of these orders knocked out. Let's run outside and try to do this unboxing again. This is a box that was sent to me from DIOLUX lighting. They make LED lighting for all sorts of vehicles, so check them out. I'll post a link to their website in the description on this page. Let's see what they sent us. So we got LED headlights, which are much needed for this truck. Factory halogens are horrible. And then we got, holy moly, we got all kinds of LEDs. These should be running lights in the rear, brake lights, as well as cargo lights. So can't wait to get these on and installed. These are going to be much needed. Now this is one that I'm really stoked to open, and I'm really honored was sent to me. This was sent from Josh. Hey man, I talked to you a few days ago on your live video. I told you I'd sent a patch from my agency. I'm a deputy in, I mean, I was gonna leave out where he's from, but I think obviously you're gonna see it in the patch, in Washington. I like that you support the blue line. It means a lot to us. The time is now to start getting the appreciation back. I love the videos and your truck. I love the Workforit motto and what it stands for. Keep up the awesome videos. So this is freaking awesome. As you guys know, I 110% support law enforcement, always have and always will. So the fact that he was willing to send me a badass sheriff patch, I can't wait to, I don't know, I think I might start collecting patches on the headliner of the truck. I gotta do something with this thing to really honor all the law enforcement out there. So this was freaking awesome. Josh, I really do appreciate you sending me this. At least the tail lights are still the old style, just the 2 screws. Clip in. So for those of you that just unscrew and expect it to fall out, it's not going to. So you got to give it a little yank, and it kind of sounds like you're going to break it, but that's just the clips clipping in and out. Well guys, story of my life. Looks like they accidentally sent the wrong bulb type for the brake and turn signals, so guess we're not going to be installing those today. But hey, we got the reverse lights, so we'll get those fired up. And here is the LED versus the halogen. As you can see, it kind of looks like the halogen is putting off more light. Now, I'll never promote something on here as the greatest thing ever if I don't believe it is. I try to be honest with you guys and try to be truthful. So looking at it right now, it looks like the halogen is definitely filling more light in the reflector. So we'll see when nighttime comes. If anything, it might just be using these for the color to get rid of the yellow halogen. That being said, the reverse lights don't exactly do a whole lot on this truck anyway, being that they're so high up and obviously pointed kind of straight. Now, a lot of people ask me about the wrap on the roof and how well it holds up. And as you can see, I've had it on for about 2 years and it's pretty much run its course. It looks like a matte black roof now, being that it's always in the sun. We have hard water here, so if you get water spots on it, you get mineral deposits, and they're a pain to get off. So I'd say you get maybe 2 years out of a wrap on the roof. This is 3M 1080. This isn't a cheap wrap, a cheap knockoff wrap, but just being full-time in the sun, maybe if you kept it in the garage, I think that's how all these cars that are wrapped stay so nice. All right, hopefully we have better luck with the headlights fitting, or at least being the right size. It's not that easy being a thumb down. So here is the DIOLUX LEDs. Now you'd really think they would make this a lot easier. Well, I tried to go the easy way and it didn't work. I could not get my hand in there to get the cover out. So ended up just, what was holding me up was the coolant overflow hose. So disconnected that. I was able to lift the airbox cover enough to get the airbox out. So now I can finally reach down in there and well, there we go. That's all she wrote. I'm gonna let these run for a little bit, see how hot those heat coils get before I button everything back up. I want to make sure they don't get too hot. They're not going to melt anything or cause any issues. So that's all done. We'll get the airbox and all that shit back in after that. I'll still show you guys the night shot. You know, there's certain things I enjoy working on the truck, and for those of you that do everything on your own, I commend you. But Chevy just made installing a headlight way more of a pain in the dick than it needed to be, but hey, it's done. So what are you gonna do? Now that being said, we've got one more order of business to take care of before I'm out of here, guys. I want to make sure I put this awesome Thurston County Sheriff's patch that Josh was generous enough to send me up here in the truck. Give it its own special place. If you guys want to send me anything cool and really thoughtful like this, shoot me an email. My email is in the info, and I will send you my P.O. box, and you guys can send me cool shit like this, because this was awesome. So thanks again, Josh, for this. Thank you to, obviously, all law enforcement, all military. And for those of you that are new to my channel, if you guys would be so kind as to click the subscribe button, I would be honored to have you guys. And for those of you that are already subscribed, as always, I'll keep plenty more content coming, more truck stuff, more work stuff. You guys got a taste of both today. So let's keep this channel growing. We have the 30K challenge. If you guys don't know what that is, me and Chris are gonna have a drag race, his stock 2016 GMC against my truck. We're gonna see who's gonna win, $500 on the line. So help us get to 30K. Looks like we're gonna hit that really quickly, way quicker than we thought. So we'll get that drag race going down. Thanks again, guys. Later. So as you can see, not super bright, kind of more so to just change the color of the lighting to get it to match the color of the rest of the truck. Like I said, the reverse lights being up so high don't do a ton for the truck anyway. Let's turn on the cargo lights and see what those do. Now those, I would say, are definitely brighter than stock and definitely a good route to go. So DIOLUX LED.